Hello Tribal Makers, this is Michalle Malev and welcome to my channel. In today's Tuesday combo, we're going to learn a beginner's fusion belly dance combination. It's 4 sentences, 32 counts, a fun follow along dance tutorial. Come and play with me, learn some new skills, polish your previous ones. And before we begin, make sure you're warmed up, that you have a glass of water nearby. And I would like to say a quick thank you to all of my viewers and all of my subscribers. Thank you guys, and let's begin with the practice. We begin the first phrase in the cabaret stand. So make sure that you're starting with your feet hip distance apart. You're taking one foot and putting it on the ball of the foot in the midline between your hip distance apart. So it's your half hip distance, and you'll make sure that the base leg, which is the back leg, is slightly bent. From here, you're tilting your pelvis a little bit inwards here, making sure that you're elongating your lower back, but just don't overdo this. You don't have to tuck, you just need a very small tilt. Elongate the spine, activate your core muscles, roll the shoulders backwards, and we're ready to start the combination. Now from here, we're going to do a cross turn. We're taking the front leg, we're crossing it on top of the base leg. Make sure that the base leg is bent, because otherwise we're going to turn here, and this leg is being the axis of the turn. So if it's the straight leg, you're going to jam into your knee and into your ankles, and you don't need it. So make sure that the base leg is slightly bent. Take your foot and position it further back as you possibly can and feeling comfortable with. It doesn't have to be very big movement here. You can actually put it very close to your base leg, but again, make sure that you're putting it to the back. And from here, we're going to turn on 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've taken our foot, we crossed it on the count of 1, and on 2, 3, 4, we're turning. I'm going to do it to the side here and lift the pants a little bit so you can see my footwork here. I'm taking one leg from the cabaret stand, putting it as further back as I possibly can, making sure that my base leg is bent, and I'm turning. That's it. So let's turn a few times to each direction just to make sure that we have the cross turn in our body. We're from a cabaret stand, taking out one leg, crossing it, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, same thing to the same direction. Again, we're in a cabaret stand and we're taking the leg to the back and we're turning. We're going to do the same thing to the other direction. If you're feeling a little bit dizzy, it's okay. It takes time to practice turning. One of the tips that I highly recommend is try to do a focus turn, a focal point, that there is a point somewhere in the distance that you're looking at it when you start the turn and you're looking back at it when you're finished. This will allow you to balance yourself out. So again, same thing to the other side. We have cross, 2, 3, 4, and you have 4 counts here. So really take your time and make sure that you're feeling balanced when you came out of the turn. On the next 4 counts, we're going to do some hip twists. And while we're doing our hip twist, we're going to lean to one side here. When we're doing a hip twist, we're taking one hip and moving it in a diagonal to the front. So allow the hip to move in a diagonal here. Good. At first, allow the whole upper part of the body to move with you just to understand what's going on here. So this one is going to the front, good, and let it go. And take it to the front, and let it go. And take it to the front, and let it go. Same thing to the other side. So we're taking this one to the front and letting it go, taking it to the front, letting it go, taking it to the front, letting it go. And now we're going to do it symmetrically, meaning I'm moving one hip and then I'm moving the other, and I'm trying to reach more or less the same distance with my hip. I allow the upper torso to join the movement. Later on, we're going to isolate it. So for now, we're allowing the hip to go up to the front, and the other one goes, and the other one goes, and again, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and we can start doing it slightly faster. And the faster we go, the smaller the movement becomes, and we have a twist shimmy happening here. Now, if this feels a little bit much, and it can feel a little bit uncomfortable for people who have knee injuries or maybe something with your ankles, and actually even sometimes when something in the hips is not quite right, hip twist can be a little bit harsh. So if you're feeling that the hip twist is a little bit harsh, try to make it slightly smaller. Maybe it will be easier. And if you're not feeling comfortable with a smaller movement, stop and transition yourself to our regular hip shimmy when we're working with our knees and bending them alternatively. Don't do a movement when it's painful. There's no need to this. You need to enjoy the practice and you need to enjoy your body while you're dancing. If it hurts, it's not the movement for you. You can do something else. So we were talking about twisting here. So we do the hip twist here for 4 counts, or we do it to the other side. So we're shifting our weight as we're doing the twist here. And I'm switching my weight. I'm basically taking my weight from one side to the other. So I'm making sure that the foot that I'm taking my weight on is spread evenly on the floor, and make sure that the knees are freed. There is a small bend in your knees when you're working, even when you're doing the twists. So let's do the full phrase to both sides. We'll start with this one this time. And we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's do it to the other side. So we start with this leg and we have 5, 6, 7, 8 and cross 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Let's continue. On the next 4 counts, we're going to do some grapevines. Now, grapevines is a fun step that basically what we do, we take one leg, cross it in front of the other, opening the other leg to the side, crossing again to the back, and we open and we cross and we open and we transition to the other side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now you can really change the vibe of the step according to how much freedom of movement you allow your knees. And by that I mean how much emphasis you give to the bend in your knee. If you wanted to keep it really loose, energetic, excited in a way, you're allowing your knees to bend and straighten as much as you can, or as how you're feeling with the music. So we can do it really bouncy and really joyful and really play with it here. On the other hand, if you want to make it a little bit more controlled, a little bit more dramatic, if you keep the bend in your knees the same way throughout the whole step, you're going to notice that there's no action happening in the upper part of the body. So when you're playing with your grapevine step, play with different stylization and see what looks good on you and what you're feeling fun with. I know a lot of dancers who are always in control when they do the grapevines. You'll never see their head move up and down because this is a stylization choice that they made. On the other hand, you'll see people who really bounce around when they're doing their grapevines. I'm one of those, by the way. I really enjoy this step and I think it's extremely playful and it should be executed when it's playful. For this combination, I'm going to keep it somewhere in between. I'm not going to completely make sure that my knees stay the same the whole time, but I'm not going to make it extremely bouncy here. So we're going to do the grapevines on 4 counts. So let's do it to that direction this time. We've finished our twist shimmy to the side, and from here we're going to go in 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 3, 4, I'm actually transitioning. So I started with a grapevine. I crossed in the front here, open to the side, and I'm crossing again to the back. And here I'm transitioning myself into the cabaret stand. Instead of opening the other leg, I'm positioning it and I'm tilting slightly to the side here, and I transition myself into the cabaret stand. So again, let's just look at the feet here. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, cross, open, cross, touch. And this touch, what allows me to transition myself into the cabaret stand. From here, we're going to do some shoulder shimmy here and really relax it when you're doing your shoulder shimmy. You can bend the base leg a little bit more if you want to. You can move from side to side on 4 counts. Allow the upper part of your body full freedom. When we're talking about our shoulder shimmy, it's actually initiated from your scapula. So one scapula is moving forward and the other one is moving forward as well, symmetrically. Again, you can always imagine a string pulling you to the front and to the front and to the front, and the faster you go, the smaller the movement becomes. And here I would like you to give some freedom to the shoulders, meaning you emphasize the shoulder just a little bit. This is the difference between chest shimmy, which is kept here mostly, to a shoulder shimmy, which is a little bit more relaxed. So play with both variation and both emphasize. If you emphasize the chest more, you'll get a chest shimmy. If you emphasize your shoulders more, you're going to get a shoulder shimmy. But again, when we're talking about all those movements, they're all initiate from your upper back. So it's a great workout for your upper back and muscles. So let's do the whole phrase to one side. So we're here again, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, same thing to the other side. So we'll twist shimmy, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do the phrase on both sides. We're in our cabaret stand, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, same thing to the other side. We start with this leg. And from here we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and turn. 2, 3, 4, shimmy, 5, 7, 8. Cross, open, cross, stop, shoulder shimmy. And that's it. Let's continue. On the third phrase, we're going to do 2 cross open steps to the front. So we ended up doing our shoulder shimmy in a cabaret stand. And from here, we're taking the front leg, crossing it in front of the base leg here, opening the base leg to the side, cross and open. So again, from the cabaret stand, we have cross, open, cross, open. That's it. Same thing to the other side. So let's say we started here, and we have cross, open, cross, open. On the next 4 counts, we're going to transition our weight from one leg to the other while we're doing our shoulder shimmy here again. So we're back into our shoulder shimmies. So on 4 counts, we're going to move our weight from one side to the other here. So you're basically sliding your hips from one side to the other, and make sure that the base leg, your new base leg, is stable on the floor. And we're going to add some shimmy, shoulder shimmies on top of it for 4 counts. So same thing to the other side. You're simply transitioning your weight from one side to the other on 4 counts. So let's do the whole third phrase to both sides. We start from here. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Same thing to the other side. So we're from here, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross, open, shoulder shimmy. 7, 8. Wonderful. Now let's do the 3 phrases to both sides. We'll start with the cabaret stand. Take a deep breath, and from here, tilt your pelvis inwards. Make sure that the base leg is bent. Breathe, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Take a deep breath. And from here we have 5, 6. Oh, make sure that the pelvis is slightly tilted and the base leg is bent. 5, 6, 7, 8, and cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, don't lose your balance. And if you do, always try to come out of it. And we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Let's continue. On the last phrase, on the count of 1, we're going to close our feet and close our arm on the count of 1. So from here we have 1. On 2, 3, 4, we're going to take the leg to the back. On 2, 3, 4, and we're going to open our arms to the side here, create this swan arm effect. So from here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Swan arm is when we're lifting our arms symmetrically and we're using all of the joints in our arms, allowing the elbows to lead the movement. And then we have this beautiful, elegant, bird-like, swan-like arms effect. So I'm lifting my elbow up, allowing the wrist to follow after that, and letting go of all the joint and the knuckle in the palm of my hands. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take your time with it. You can really play with one arm, create them very emotionally if you want. So from here we had 1, 2, 3, 4. The weight is completely on the back leg, and on the 5, 6, 7, 8 we're going to close our leg, transitioning back into the cabaret stand here. So we're taking the foot, dragging, not dragging, but leaving the toes on the floor when we're taking our foot back. On top of this, we're going to layer it with, you guessed it, some twist shimmy. So on top of it, we're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is very cheeky sentence, very emotional. You can really put all kinds of vibes into it. It can be very dramatic when you're closing your arm and open it, and really cheeky when you're doing your twists here. So let's do the same thing to the other side. So we ended here, we're going to do to the other side here. And we have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we start the whole combination to the other side. So we're turning here and we're doing the whole thing again to the other side. So let's do the full combination on both sides. So all 4 phrases. Take a deep breath. And we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and slide. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slide. Take your leg back. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job, everyone. Now let's play with the music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Smile. Dramatic arms and cheeky face. Cross. Turn. Try not to hit the sofa. Shoulder shimmy. Cross, open, cross, open. Flirt a little bit here. Turn. Transition your weight. 1, 2, 3. Shoulder shimmy. And pose. Great job, guys! I hope you enjoyed the practice. If you did, give me a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Join the tribe. I upload new Tuesday combos on Tuesdays. So you're more than welcome to check out previous tutorials, mix and match combinations. Create your own dances and your own practices with them. And that's it. I'll see you next week. Remember, life is too short. Enjoy it. Bye!